Everyone stay put.
Cover me!
Becker, come in. Attention everyone. Watch out for anyone in the previous shift's APB. Lone Stalker, heavily armed, possibly with military training. Eliminate on sight. Okay, come in. You pulled it off. You did a good job. And secured yourself a front row seat for the show. Right under the monolith's nose at the Duga. So get over there quickly. You're the last one we're waiting for.
There you are! Ready for the show?
Depends.
What's the plan this time?
You'll love it. We're killing two birds with one stone. The monolithians are all yours.
And what about the ward?
They're not your concern. I've got a little surprise cooked up for them. Just focus on the task at hand. While everyone's busy dealing with the mess at the checkpoint, you'll take over the underground comm center, then eliminate the leader of the monolith. I've thought it all through. This way, you'll come at them from their blind side. Any questions?
A surprise for the ward. What kind of surprise?
A very special one. All that matters is that they're going to be too busy to get in your way.
Why do we need the comm center?
To secure total control over the Dugas. We can't afford to let our advantage slip away at the most crucial moment.
None whatsoever.
Now we wait for the ward. We've got some time, so rest up and prepare yourself. We'll wake you up when it's time. Rise and shine, Skiff. It's time.
I have no time for idle chat with you.
We have no other life beyond our devotion to him. For the monolith.
It's getting hot. Keep them in your sights! Up! Keep them in sight! I'll move the cover!
He must be nearby.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
He's hiding there somewhere.
Okay, we're cool.
move on to the next phase of the plan. We've pinpointed the Monolithians' HQ, if you can call it that. You know the drill. Scar never told us they were goddamn super soldiers. Fuck, Weasel. Keep your mouth shut and stay focused.
Listen to me, brothers, for I am the word of the monolith. There will be no more pain, no more fear. The monolith has taken them and given us power instead. Rejoice, brothers. Those who are in eternal union with the monolith can never be stopped. You can't kill God, just like you can't kill the sky above our heads.
It's fired up. Engaging cover.
You'd better explain why I had to kill the same guy over and over again.
They were illusions, phantom doubles, like those conjured by certain mutants. Who knows what other tricks the preacher has up his sleeve? Right now, he poses a greater threat to our cause than the Ward. Head over to STC Malachite and find Ozerski. He's a friend of Spark. He'll help us understand this tech and come up with a plan to tackle those doubles.
Been a while. Is that new wallpaper? Where's Ozerski, Sarge?
Who issued your passes?
He did. All right, take it easy. We'll find the professor ourselves.
Keep that piece down. Talk to our boss.
We could talk sometime later.
Freeze. This is a secure facility. No rookie stalkers allowed. Limited access, special permit required.
Does Korshinov's badge count as a special permit?
You're from the ward? Well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
Another field trip? Look, at least let me... Wait, you're not one of them scientists. Whew. Listen, buddy, if you need to go places, I can help you out. But we gotta stop and take a break along the way, alright? These eggheads have been up my ass all around the clock. Take me here, set my equipment up there. Man, I should have stuck to the swamps. Oh.
When arranging field experiments, please remember that assignments with the guide are scheduled on a first-come, first-served basis.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Professor Ozerski, the director of STC Malachite. If you intend to remain at the center, please avoid interfering with our work and treat all visitors with courtesy and respect. My colleagues frequently require stalker assistance to retrieve artifacts or conduct field experiments. Should you prove yourself capable, you may be entrusted with such assignments.
Tell me about Malachite.
STC Malachite is the only place where we study the zone as it is. Here, no theory is labeled eccentric, and no field experiment is considered unnecessary. Even the smallest detail may hold the key to comprehending the fundamental patterns of the zone. Admittedly, those snobs at Circa mock our research, call it pseudoscience. But why listen to shallow pricks whose narrow-mindedness obstruct their own quest for truth? They were actually thinking of making me the head of Circa, you know? Luckily, it didn't work out. I'd rather go back to the mainland than deal with that bunch of show-offs and hypocrites.
I'm looking for information about the Phantoms. A monolithian called Faust conjured doubles of himself during a fight. I want to know how this is possible.
and I want to never have to hear about the subject again. But I suppose you're luckier than I am. The doubles you witnessed are induced illusions caused by psi influence within the Tau range. This Faust fellow appears to be employing older psi consciousness technology. Psi consciousness were the ones who extensively researched induced illusions and their impact on humans. Have you heard about the Wish Granter? That's their handiwork.
Psi consciousness? That rings a bell.
It was a faction of idealistic scientists from Project X. They aspired to cleanse the noosphere of the dark manifestations of human nature, to make the world perfect. However noble their intentions may have been, their execution was rather poor. In June 2006, a decade after the discovery of the noosphere, they tried to establish an unauthorized connection to it. The experiment spiraled out of control, leading to the emergence of the zone. It now serves as a warning about the perils of impulsive scientific endeavors.
Where can I meet the Psi consciousness scientists? I need to learn more about their technology.
You're a few years too late. Psi consciousness ceased to exist in 2012 following the demise of all of its members. A stalker who goes by Strelok managed to reach the generators after deactivating the Wish Granter. Then he gunned down Psi consciousness. Evidently, he didn't take kindly to being used as a guinea pig.
I want to know more about induced illusions.
I'm not entirely sure we still have any books with enough information here at the center. The Circa archives would come in handy here.
I got them after the signal. They're saved on this flash drive.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. However, analyzing these archives will require a considerable amount of time, and I take it you need answers as soon as possible. Fortunately, the X network is up and running again. There's an abandoned mirror facility nearby. It was used to study induced illusions until 2008. If you can restart it and reconnect the mirror to Malachite, I could look for the information you need.
What exactly do I need to do?
Two things. Activate the visual projection center and calibrate the communication antenna. Mind you, configuring the antenna might require specific conditions. The older the equipment, the harder it is to set it up properly. I advise you to find an operations manual for the facility's engineering team and follow its guidelines to the letter. Talk to you later.
Howdy, eggheads. Care to tell me where Ozerski is?
Young man, I'd like to ask you.
Nah, don't bother. Just get Ozerski for us, all right?
Tell him we've got an appointment.
What's Spark doing here anyway?
Getting us research materials under Professor Ozerski's direct orders. But that's need to know.
You guys just can't resist adding a touch of mystery, huh?
Your eyes react to the light. Freeze, don't move. Cognitive function seems intact. Preliminary conclusion, you'll live. Providing, of course, that you stay out of Pripyat and the scorcher remains off. This place has plenty of ways to end you, which is actually helpful for my research. No offense. Physically, I won't be upset if you never...
Another... Good.
Our security personnel have reported unauthorized attempts to bring live rodents into the STC. Please remember that field experiments should be conducted exclusively in the field.
Wait for it, guys. Here's a good one.
There's a real breakthrough here. We've gone from incoherent noises, grainy visuals, and flitting shadows to a repeatable illusion, clear and vivid. We've finally determined the range at which C effects can produce distinct induced illusions. They're still lacking specific details and features for now, but we can already create projections of both physical objects and images born from the human subconscious.
the missile hypothesis is confirmed. The sea influence within the ranges in which we operate at the center doesn't entirely see.
Attention. The launch of the mirror was successful. All research personnel, please proceed to your seats.
Thank you for establishing a secure connection. I was able to retrieve the information you requested. The Controller Project was responsible for the creation of phantoms as part of its research into induced illusions. However, all related data is highly classified and never went public. Fortunately, we have a list of the scientists involved in the project. If any of them are alive and in the zone, you may be able to get your information straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Do you know anyone on that list?
Regrettably, no. But I know someone who could assist you. Richter. He used to be a guide, but now his work mostly revolves around finding people. He's just a man you need.
This Richter guy's all over the place. Seems to know everyone in the zone. Where do you know him from?
If not for him, Scar and I wouldn't be working together right now. I was interested in meeting him, and Richter arranged it. I wouldn't recommend someone unless I was certain of their competence. Richter knows his way around the zone. If anyone from this list is still here, he'll track them down for you.
Do you know where I can find Richter?
When he's not busy with his clients, he usually frequents the 100 Rods bar in Rostock. Try looking for him there. You can ask our guide. He'll help you find your way there.
Do we head in, or wait a little longer? Just hold on. We've got a little time left. Why does he always want to play the fucking scouts? Strelok warned us against going in alone. Once he gets back, I'll remind him about how the customer is always right.
I'm still afraid of the mission.
Here's the Polovin. No clinking glasses on this one.
He seemed like a decent dude. We were just having a few drinks, and then he glanced at his PDA and turned into a different person. You rat snatched what's stock from us, he yelled. And now you're doing it again. I was just trying to get him out of here, trying to calm him down. And then he pulled his gun out. And...
You wanna chat?
Anti-rats, pills, it's all nasty chems. But a glass of good old vodka's the real remedy.
I need to find some people. Ozerski mentioned you might be able to help me with that.
You're making some friends, I see. Ozerski is a man with a heart of gold. When he's not being pain in the ass, anyway.
You seem pretty popular yourself. Are you some kind of recruiter? Bringing folks to Strider, mingling with scientists, cozying up to Scar. And you keep popping up wherever I go, too.
Must be the Zone's will. Nah, there's a plenty of recruiters here without me. By the way, there's that stalker who showed up after the signal, Strelok. Ever heard of him? He's a legend around here. I hear he's putting together a new crew. He doesn't like what's going on in the Zone and he wants to shake things up.
What's Strelok up to? What's his plan?
That's something you gotta ask the man himself. And if he doesn't trust you enough, you'll never find out. Strelok is the type who keeps his plans to himself.
What happened to his old crew?
I could tell you they found lots of rare artifacts, left for the mainland, and lived happily ever after. But in reality, not everyone made it back from their trip to the monolith.
How can I find this Strelok guy?
Nah. I might have said too much already. Either the Zone's gonna help you, or Strelok will find you himself. But I don't think you two would hit it off right now. As long as you and Scar keep looking for the Shining Zone, you better stay away from Strelok. He doesn't trust or cooperate with anyone. Can you really blame him?
I found folks in the Zone I can trust. Strelok just needs to try harder. Speaking of which, do you know anyone on this list?
I know one of them, Dvupalov. He's a real grump when he's sober, which, thankfully, isn't often. He's usually holed up in his old hideout and doesn't entertain visitors. If you want to talk to him, you'll need to bring him a collar from a mutant. He used to do some research with the collars, and now he just collects them.
You share everything you have in
Talk about sentimental.
And it turns out, he once washed up himself.
Do you know where I can find mutants with those collars?
Sure. I'll even share the coordinates. But keep in mind that Dvupalva's been collecting these collars for a while now. The less dangerous mutants are all gone. Only the nasty ones are still out there. So, be careful. See ya!
None of us would follow the Wardens, but at least they brought some order. Now we've got war everywhere.
Son of a bitch. It ain't coming out.
Watch out. This one's a sneaky break.
coordinates and we'll have a chat.
The beast is finally down. Now we can head back to the base with a clear conscience.
Told you if we lured it out, we could handle it. Thanks for helping us get rid of that thing. Whoa. It took down too many of my guys. At least Somov's still standing. He's a rookie. This was his first round. So much for purging the zone of mutants. But it's okay, we'll manage. Best of luck to you.
Looks like you made it and got the color. So you're good to go to Dvupalov. I've tagged the location of his hideout for you. You should be able to get there just fine. If he asks you for a password, just say the leash.
Are you planning to guide people again, or have you given up on it completely?
I'm not sure, Skiff. The risk is too great. Even if I don't hurt anyone, I'm still a long way from becoming a true guide.
How does someone become a true guide? What does it take?
The guide who used to help Strelok shared something with me once. If you manage to find the rarest artifact, the heart of Chornobyl, you can learn to understand the zone as though you were one with it.
Where do I find this heart of Chernobyl?
The guide said it's supposed to be in the Dead Valley. But that's no place for regular folks. You'd need gear that hasn't been invented yet. Or have the abilities of the guide himself. It's a vicious circle. Scar keeps saying only a miracle can help me. But I'm beginning to question whether we've got the same kinds of miracles in mind.
Is there anything else I need to know?
Callers aside, Dvupalov's only been working on one project lately. Vodka. Making it and drinking it. If he offers you a drink, don't turn it down, or you won't get any business done. But don't try to outdrink him either, or you might find yourself beyond medical help. You wanna chat? See ya.
The leash.
Come on in, and don't drag your feet. If you only got one, don't expect a big payout. Where are your manners? Where do you think you're going, Stalker? Hand it over. You're new around here, aren't you? Or have I just forgotten you? I had an assistant I'll never forget, Nightingale. It was a delight to work with and a great drinking buddy. It's a shame he's gone. Think you can fill his shoes?
I wasn't planning to. I'm here about...
I know what you're here about. The first ones in the house.
but we'll enjoy it right here on the spot. You can fetch the bottle from my lab. It's just down the hall. It's an elixir you'll light and never forget. Or remember. All right. Let's sample the goods. Let's have one. And then we can talk about what, where, and how much. Here's to the start of our partnership.
All right. Here's to our partnership.
Not even a flinch, huh? That sort of bravado is gonna impress me. When you're drinking, you've gotta put your heart into it. So, where are we? How about another one?
I'm not interested in vodka.
A man with no interest in vodka is a man with no interest in life itself. What motivates him then? How can you trust him? And most importantly, why share a drink with him? Hmm? Look, how about those colors? Leave them out next time. The shop's closed. What's the point of stocking up on colors if I don't have a leash? It was a promising project, sure. But it's time to bid it farewell. Bottoms up, Stalker.
What project are you talking about?
I told ya, Project Leash. The Mutant Control Project. They cooked up all sorts of freaks, then tried to make gadgets to boss them around and zap them remotely if things get out of hand. As you know, they fucked up the later parts. When the project got shelved, those colored mutants were supposed to die peacefully in their cages. Not run amok in the zones, poking stalkers. So much for a promising project. But I suppose promises are made to be broken. How about a drink to that stalker?
Let's have another one. Sure.
To abstract thinking. If man is the measure of all things, then the measure of a man is 3 shots of this magic vodka. So go ahead, ask your questions while I'm feeling charitable.
How do you destroy phantoms and defeat someone who can create induced illusions?
Seen double, eh? You probably just had some bad vodka. Try some of mine. It's good for more than just keeping radiation at bay.
When I saw the man who created those phantoms, I was stone cold sober.
Ha ha ha, and I was stone cold sober when I saw evidence that it was impossible. But who am I to forbid you from living in a world of illusions? If you're really so eager, drag your ass to X5. That's where the whole three-ring circus used to be. Try to find the blueprint for the suppressor. It's out to help you. I'm all out of vodka anyway. Come on. I'll give you the key card for the lab. The colors were a crude instrument. The suppressors, on the other hand, they were designed to dampen activities of a fine nature. Now, where did I put it? Hold on. Let me give you the key to the X5 first. No, that's just some junk. Ah, look, a pickle. I'll save it for later. Fuck, what are you up to? The artifact just popped out of the still. Grab me, Stalker. Left. No, right. Catch that sucker! Left. No, right. Ah, you're light on your feet, Stalker. You can hang on to this one. You've earned it. You went after the artifact like a bullet from a gun. Seems like I gave the keycard for X5 to Sherpa after all. That's why I hate teetotalers. The bastard must have caught me in a good mood. Anyway, if you want the suppressor, you need to talk to that boring grad student yourself. He's over in Agropron, staying close to X5. And now for the fourth shot, the happiest of them all. Oh, good. This is my blissful plan of experiment. Here comes oblivion. You whippersnappers should stay away from all this. Nothing good ever comes of it. And never will.
So why did you collect those collars anyway?
They're the only thing I have left to remind me of all my future scientific endeavors. Sentimentality. A quirk of human nature. Who can really say? Anyway, here's to leaving sentimentality behind.
You're the first Project X scientist I've met who's still alive. I'm curious to hear about it firsthand.
Believe me, those men of great learning would rather not have my tongue tarnish their legacy. So I'm more than willing to do exactly that. Here's the scoop. Project X was a bunch of charlatans. And I was the most shameless one of them all. How's that for a revelation?
You used to work with phantoms. Tell me about the ability to create them.
I used to work on lots of things. Including that one, yeah. What can I say? It didn't pan out. Turns out, not a single subject was capable of controlling even a paltry ability like this.
What was the purpose of the controller project?
Producing one failure after another. No, really the project was meant to put the abilities of mutants to good use. But can we truly blame mindless creatures for their actions? Those in charge should have known right from the start that nothing could be changed. When you try to fix someone else's mistakes, you only end up making new ones. Move your ass already.
I ask you to vacate the premises. I'm occupying it and there's nothing here to take.
Calm down, Sherba. Vupalov sent me.
Is the professor doing okay? He didn't succumb to intoxication from that poison of his, did he? Its alcohol by volume is nearing pure ethanol. Not to mention the anomalous component. What a fall from grace. A great scientist resorting to making vodka.
Tell me about Vupalov. So he's a great scientist?
Professor Dvupalov is a brilliant mind hailing from the Project X era. The mastermind behind the Controller Project. He used to bring science to new heights. Now the only thing he can bring is a glass toward his lips. He's disenchanted with his life's work, you see? Nothing ever changes. If only the professor had taken a moment to peruse my notes instead of selling vodka.
Why do you even bother helping Vupalov?
How can I stand by and watch a scientist of his caliber kill the few brain cells he has left? He has invaluable knowledge and skills, the kind that are not taught at Malachite, especially nowadays. The professor has no right to go down this path.
Dvupalov sent me to get the keycard for X5. I'm looking for the Phantom Suppressor.
It took Dvupalov a whole 6 months just to remember my name while I served him food every day. And now he tells you about the card right away? Did you drink with him or something?
It's tough to avoid having a drink with him.
That stuff is pure poison. All right, I'll give you the card. It's too risky for me in there anyway. But you've got to promise me that you'll search X5 for any papers related to the Controller Project and bring them back to me.
Tell me what you know about the Controller Project.
The Controller Project did involve some research on phantoms, but its main objective was to develop specimens modified with both biological and technological enhancements. Unlike their mutant predecessors, which were impossible to keep in their cages, these were meant to be trained as soldiers to protect Project X personnel. Can you imagine? Not even Circa is attempting anything like that nowadays. They haven't even managed to create a single new specimen.
Why do you want those papers?
I tried to convince Professor Dvupalov that I'm a worthy successor to his great work, but all I received from him was a couple of his drafts, one of which had been used as a food wrapper. I'm talking about research that could etch our names into history. Since the professor doesn't seem to recognize it, I'll take it upon myself to finish the job for him.
Since I'm headed to X5, tell me about the lab.
Until recently, no one even knew it existed. The research there was classified, and the lab had been mothballed for quite some time. Then Duty did some cleanup with heavy explosives there, and found hidden levels beneath Agroprom. I used certain informal channels to reach out to the professor. That's how I found out it was an old mutant research lab. I can't even begin to fathom what's going on in there right now.
Hand me that keycard, and I'll see what I can do about your papers.
All right. It's not like I've got much of a choice. But keep those papers in mind, Stalker. You'll need to head all the way down, but if you're willing to do the job, I'll make it worth your while. I'll go check on the professor in the meantime. Seems like every time I look away, he's got a new drinking buddy.
Any documents in the control room should be off limits to lab assistance. Last week, someone took the suppressor manually yet again, jeopardizing a scheduled experiment. This is not the first case of negligent handling of crucial Project X documentation. This matter needs to be addressed at once.
Something's wrong.
Adversary, so give it your all. Once we're through with him, you can have whatever you want. All I'm after is course.
after that, it's just humanity repeating itself.
You're sloshed again, Professor. What about science?
It's pointless. Ever since they invented alcohol distillation.
The Stalker, he's back. Those papers I mentioned, do you have them?
Where are your manners, young man? You won't even offer a man a shit and pour him a cold one?
Here. I don't want to be anywhere near these things.
This is... Yes! This is it! At last!
There's nothing exciting in there anyhow. I've told you before, young man, if even my own work can end in failure.
Faust wasn't exactly a failure, in a way. Haven't you heard? He tapped into the X network, brought the monolith back, and caused a bloodbath all over the zone.
So he's... your project? The abilities you incorporate...
Shut up! I knew I was right all along. So that bunch of old farts in pots haven't given up on my research. Hooking him up to the monolith was a stroke of genius. And I told them that the only way to create a true controller is to preserve his capacity to think, to feel, and make decisions. Sure, right now the choices he's making don't align with what the Ward, the NDST, or anyone else had in mind. But I did succeed.
The MDST? What's that?
The scientists from Project X who, unlike me, were eager to continue their research even after it was officially shut down. It appears they were the ones who made the controller project a reality. Officially, they had no funding or approval to proceed. However, C Consciousness wasn't content with merely creating the zone. They were determined to safeguard a pitiful existence. That's why they needed the monolith. And later on, Faust and his abilities.
Why did you create Faust?
The mutants turned out to be far too unpredictable, useless, and downright dangerous. The aim was to mold them into obedient soldiers. The Liege had some success with more primitive tools. But I believed we were on the wrong path. The error, I thought, lay in the very design of the controllers. Without consciousness and human empathy, their C abilities were pitiful. Faust demonstrated this vividly, but masterful tools necessitate much more precise fine-tuning.
Who is Faust now? What have you turned him into?
We granted him the abilities of a controller mutant. But I'm convinced that Faust has retained his humanity. See, there's no more Project X, no C Consciousness, no MDST to protect. He wasn't being directed by a program. He initiated this of his own free will. I believe the monolith became an idea to him. Give a man an idea he can grasp, and he'll do much more than he would ever do cursed. I've always said that it works better than any leash.
I found the suppressor. Can you install it?
All right. I almost forgot the reason you're here. All the work I did. It's all become meaningless. You're going to kill Faust.
A lot of people died because of him.
Were they good people? Well, then find other good people to install the suppressor. I'm not a technician. You're as much of a fool as I am if you think you can set things right. The controller project was abandoned, and yet Faust endures. Monolith disappeared, and now it has returned. Go ahead and kill Faust, Stalker. It won't change a thing. You'll see. I'll help you find the suppressor. What more do you want? Let a man enjoy his oblivion in peace.
Thanks for those papers. They're a treasure worth all the years I spent at Malachite. We'll stay in touch. I've got grand plans for the future.
Now that the treaty's been broken, I'm swamped with orders. Doesn't leave much room for creativity. You've got some tech to fix? Well, let's see it. Come back anytime.
When the factions are fighting, it's great for business. The demand for our goods is Don't even...
You need some? I'd almost completed my... You know what? Yes. Come back anytime.